BioComplete 3 markets itself as an all-in-one supplement, combining a prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic. But other than sounding kinda cool, what's the difference between these three? And is there any real benefit to having all of them in one supplement? A prebiotic is a type of fiber that serves as food for beneficial bacteria and probiotics in your gut. By feeding these good bacteria, prebiotics help them grow and stay alive. In theory, having prebiotics in a probiotic supplement gives the probiotics an extra boost by providing nutrients to help them thrive. The prebiotics in BioComplete 3, guar gum and acacia gum, also known as gum arabic, are basic prebiotic fibers commonly found in many supplements. That said, more nutritious options like chia or flaxseed could make for better prebiotics. However, it's usually not necessary to have prebiotics included in your probiotic supplement. You can simply take probiotics with a meal, as the fiber in your food acts as a much better natural prebiotic. It's also worth noting that food stays in your stomach for a few hours, and in your digestive system for days. So even if you take probiotics on an empty stomach, there's likely still some food left in your system for the probiotics to feed on, unless you've been fasting for over 24 hours. I'm not trying to say that prebiotics are useless. Indeed, prebiotics from dietary fiber are great for gut health. However, adding a small amount of prebiotic to a probiotic supplement doesn't realistically provide much extra benefit. Postbiotics are a bit trickier to define because unlike prebiotics or probiotics, there's no widely accepted definition yet. In general, postbiotics don't contain live microorganisms like probiotics. Instead, they may include a variety of organic components that can have positive effects on health. The International Scientific Association for Probiotics and Prebiotics, or ISAPP, which sets guidelines and definitions for probiotic use, defines postbiotics as a safe preparation of inanimate microorganisms and/or their cell components alone or together with cell metabolites. Essentially, this means that they're made from dead parts of probiotic bacteria or their byproducts. BioComplete 3 claims that its ingredient, tributyrin, is a postbiotic. Tributyrin is actually an organic acid found in butter, but it's not part of any probiotic. In fact, the ISAPP specifically states that purified organic acids like tributyrin don't count as postbiotics. So by the ISAPP standards, BioComplete 3 doesn't actually contain a postbiotic. This makes sense when you break it down. The word post means after, and biotic refers to living things. So postbiotics are byproducts of something that was once alive but is now inactive. Substances like vitamins or fatty acids, like tributyrin, may be microbial metabolites but don't count as postbiotics because they were never living organisms to begin with. Tributyrin is a short-chain fatty acid produced in the gut when fiber is fermented by bacteria and would not be considered a pre- or postbiotic. It may help support gut barrier function and has some anti-inflammatory potential, but these benefits are theoretical. There aren't any human studies proving that tributyrin is effective in treating any digestive issues. Now that we've covered the supporting ingredients, let's talk about the key elements of BioComplete 3, the actual live probiotic bacteria. Are they truly beneficial for your digestive health? By the way, I review a lot of supplements on this channel, so subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date. First, take a look at Bacillus Coagulans. Research suggests that it may help with constipation. One study shows that individuals with mild constipation who take 1 billion CFUs of Bacillus Coagulans daily experience better bowel movements and less discomfort compared to those taking a placebo. Another study found that patients with functional constipation who took 2 billion CFUs daily had more frequent bowel movements and less abdominal pain during defecation compared to a placebo. Bacillus coagulans also seems to be beneficial for diarrhea, especially in cases related to irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. In one study with patients with IBS, taking 2 billion CFUs daily appears to reduce symptoms of diarrhea. It also seems to help with pain and bloating in patients with IBS. Interestingly, higher doses, around 6 billion CFU daily, have been shown to improve other IBS-related symptoms, including headaches and anxiety. The strain of Bacillus coagulans used in BioComplete 3, known as Produra, is a fairly common type that's been studied to some extent for its digestive benefits. While some studies suggest it may offer certain advantages, most of its positive effects have been observed when combined with other probiotics, rather than when used alone. The second strain, Bifidobacterium bifidum, also shows some promise in easing IBS symptoms. Research suggests that taking 1 billion CFUs of Bifidobacterium bifidum daily can reduce pain, discomfort, and bloating in IBS patients. Even using a heat-killed version of this probiotic, which would actually be considered a postbiotic in this case, appears to provide some relief for IBS symptoms. Beyond gut health, Bifidobacterium bifidum may also help reduce the risk of respiratory infections. One study found that taking a higher dose of 3 billion CFUs of Bifidobacterium daily lowered the chances of getting a cold or flu when compared with a placebo. The strain of Bifidobacterium bifidum used in BioComplete 3 is called UABB10. This is another common strain, but it hasn't been studied extensively for digestive health. In fact, in one study, UABB10 didn't show any improvement in constipation symptoms compared to a placebo. So BioComplete 3 does contain probiotic strains that have some evidence supporting their ability to improve digestive symptoms, particularly for those dealing with IBS as well as mild constipation and diarrhea. There's also weaker evidence suggesting it might slightly reduce the risk of getting a cold or flu. However, the product itself isn't all that impressive. There are many other generic probiotic supplements that are just as useful for digestive health. While BioComplete 3 may provide some general gut support, the strains it uses are neither unique nor well-researched for specific digestive concerns. In contrast, the specific probiotic strains found in products like Culturelle and Align are backed by clinical studies. For example, Culturelle contains Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG, a strain that's been widely studied for its ability to alleviate diarrhea, reduce IBS symptoms, and improve gut barrier function. These products are better supported by research when it comes to improving gut health and treating conditions like IBS. On the other hand, BioComplete 3 combines probiotic strains that lack the same level of specialized research. The product itself has never been part of a clinical trial, and the strains it uses are not particularly special. But perhaps one of the bigger issues with BioComplete 3 is not just the strains it uses, but how the probiotics are measured. Most probiotic supplements list their contents in colony-forming units, or CFUs, which tell you the number of live organisms in the product. A higher CFU count generally indicates a more potent supplement. However, BioComplete 3 lists its probiotics in milligrams, which only tells you the weight of the bacteria, not the number of live active cells. This lack of transparency can be misleading because a higher milligram amount doesn't necessarily mean that there are enough live bacteria to provide health benefits. In fact, listing probiotics in milligrams could also be a way to hide low CFU counts. It could mean that there are many inactive or dead cells, which won't help with digestion. When looking for a reputable probiotic supplement, it's important to look for CFU counts that are in the billions. So, is BioComplete 3 worth the price? At around $58 per month, it's really not a good option. If you want a more well-researched product, I'd recommend Align or Culturelle, which cost about $15 to $20 per month. And if you're looking for a broader variety of probiotic strains, you can find generic multi-strain probiotics for much cheaper than BioComplete 3. Rating BioComplete 3 by effectiveness for improving digestive problems, I'm giving it a C. There is some evidence it may help with IBS and mild constipation or diarrhea. Rating it by cost, I'm giving it a D. There's nothing special about this generic probiotic, yet it's much more expensive than the others. Rating it by safety, I'm giving it a B. The strains used are unlikely to be of much cause for concern. Overall rating, I'm giving a D. I would not recommend it at all. Hi, I'm Dr. BrianYeung. Do you think it's worth it? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. Hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date and share this video with someone you know who can use the info.